Little one, you go back with the other baby. No more jumping out of your area. Oh my God. You need to stay here. That's what the ball is for. Oh my God. My God, the sun's going down. Checked out of the hotel at 11 o'clock. And it's been non-stop. Back at the office with 10 babies. Offices aren't meant for babies. It's been hot. Here are the precious babies. Built this little fort here in the hallway. Laid down rubber mats and keeping them contained because just keeping this area clear and clean like all the time. Well, this right here, water just spilled. But now that water spilled, I gotta throw that away and put a new one down. It's been non-stop, seriously. I feel so sweaty and so filthy. Oh my God, and they keep, no matter what I do, they keep breaking through. I love you babies, but no, I want to give them a bath too. Mostly just a feet bath, a foot bath. But they're strong little guys, and I have all of this reinforcement trying to keep them in, and but at least this keeps her with her babies. She keeps trying to break away from her babies. The whole time at the hotel, she just wanted to stay on the bed and not be with the babies. And I just knew that was just so wrong, and she's gonna get used to it. But Arthur felt bad for her, but I'm like, yeah, you know, you feel bad. She's got 10 babies. Oh my God, see, this keeps happening. But she's got 10 babies. That's a lot to feed, and so I break them down. I take 5 and let her have 5. But that's when, but she doesn't ever give me the break. Because I'm constantly, not even just handling the 5 babies, just constantly just, you know, taking care of them. There's no I don't get a break like her. Poop's got to be cleaned up. I can't have any poop because I know it's their lives. Oh my God, it's just been so much. It's so much. It's exhausting. Physically, mostly, a lot of it mentally, actually. Because they're a joy. I love the babies. But, man, they're 10 and they're getting bigger. They're 5 weeks. They just turned 5 weeks, so 3 more weeks. Dang, it's like 8 weeks. You know, their puppies are good to go to leave their mother and their litter mates. 12 weeks is ideal, probably, but our situation, unfortunately, it's doing what's right for the babies and to what, you know, to what I'm capable of doing. Hey, ooh, what's that? Oh yeah. Heck no, little miss. Yeah, you're trying to break out. These are your babies. These are your babies. This is what it's like being a mommy. I love you, but it's time to step up and be a mommy. I'm so sorry. I'm just the maid now. I'm keeping everything clean. You got to be a mommy. So you got to stay there, kiddo. I got to clean, get the cardboard. I'm washing the towels now, and then I'll have time to I already washed the towels, and I've been freaking hand washing towels. Sucks, but I bleached the hell out of them, and at least I have this mop thing. So it's worse than, and I clean this out too, so it's not like all disgusting. But it's worse than hand washing clothes, especially something heavy like a towel. It's to strain the water out. Oh my god, that is like so much. So I'm hoping. Oh shit, it broke. Damn it, on the first towel. God dang it. It's just not built for towels. So back to straining out. At least it's like super duper hot outside, but that's a good thing. It's not that bad again. Hopefully. God, I need these. I guess it's so hot they don't need to dry their feet. The hotel was the air conditioning was more colder versus here it has air conditioning, but we don't get to control it, which is weird. Oh my god, there's only 3 towels. Are you serious? I've been washing these for over an hour because the sink is full. So, in my mind, it's like a load of towels. And it's only 3. That's so good. And then the bags actually smell like urine, like people urine. And that was strange. Because I've yet to smell the puppy urine yet. The mamas, yeah, that stinks. The puppies, no. Okay. That girl just wants to break free. Nice and breezy out here. That actually feels lovely. I wish I could take the puppies out. The thing about cardboard, it's easy to find. And once it's messy, once it gets soiled or wet, replace it. It's a Saturday. So now what? I will feed the puppies, change their boxes, and then go out and look for more cardboard. Oh, my babies. I would love to take them outside. Let them poo. Let them poo out there. Oh my God, I'm getting out of a mess. Hello? There's music out there, or in there. Whatever. I'm sure the mom dog hates on me. You hate on me, girl? Okay, I can't have these cardboard here. I need to. Oh my God, I need so much to do. Actually, I need to make this longer. Let me get you guys fed. Your bowls are way in there. Oh my God, everything is so hard. I need longer cardboard. I was gonna change them, but I'm like, it's just wet from water, so I'll wait to change them. So I need to make this, the floor, I need to extend it out more, because climbing over every time, it gets old. It gets old real fast. Okay, babies, let me get you some water. Get you fed, and I'll go on my journey for some boxes. Make sure I get some noises in. God, must be nice, huh? Must be nice. Oh my God, what's my cleaning room doing here? You're so destructive. Oh my God. Okay, move it, girl. Move it, girl. Don't box me out of the way. Okay, this I cannot have. The food, it's Rachel Ray's. It's quality food. It's not junk food. It's for puppies. It's what I know, Ragnarok, it's what he needs. It's for his breed. He demands like high quality food. All right, so the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so this is Rachel Ray's. I'm gonna dip in the salmon. Arthur's been getting it. Thank God for Arthur. Nutrish. Maybe it's not Rachel Ray. It's been Rachel Ray. Oh yeah, it is Rachel Ray. He likes the salmon, but it's high quality dog food. So, oh yeah, this is what I want these kids to go. It's high quality dog food, so it gives them enough nutrition. When we have, when we can, we add what do you call it? Cream cheese? No. Cottage cheese. It's good for their bones and I don't know what else, but it's good for their stuff. The rubber is a bit harder to clean than this linoleum tile, but I don't need the tiles getting messed up. Oh God. But I definitely, this definitely needs to be longer. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this out. That's a lot of cardboard to go through with 10 puppies. It's easier for me in a way, if they make a mess on cardboard, because I could just throw it away. As long as I have the cardboard to replace it. And I'm on foot, so it's just a little journey. And I do that when I take Mom and Dad for a walk. Thank God it's the weekend. Everywhere's closed. At least in this, oh, look at the moon. It looks so big. There's like a van right there. Look at that. It's beautiful. I think I saw some boxes. I think I'm gonna go and just get some fresh air. These bags dry so fast. And there's a stick and just get that sucker to work. I just don't have, I'm not for it. And these weeds, oh my God, I would love to get rid of these weeds because I keep stepping on them, but there's no tools. There's just so much to do. But, oh my gosh. Right now it's not bothering me, but it does, because the car, if I'm parked here, it's in the way. I'm hoping this can do it. I need 2 hands. Stepping on weeds is the worst. Getting in the car. God, there's nothing to... There's not even gloves here. Let's hope there's no ants. I got bit by ants in Apple Valley, and oh my God, those things hurt like hell. You know what bugged me? I'm a little bit less over it now, but like this is the office door right behind me. That's where all these weeds were. Yet no one, including the owner, parks back here because the people next door, maybe they own or manage the buildings, and so 3 of them, I think they're family members, they park right behind their door, then right here, and then behind this door that's meant for this office. Now how fucked up is that? And they can't control the air conditioning. It just comes on whenever it's scheduled to come on, so it's not as cool as it can be when it needs to be. And they can handle their own dried up weeds. My towels. And I'm gonna keep them out here just long enough for them to dry. These are the puppy transporting bags, but they're really big, but they're not big enough. Oh my gosh. Okay, where are the puppy ones? Where's the box I took out? Okay, I got the dirty ones. What did I do with it? Oh my god. Did I take it? Oh my god. I get so forgetful. What did I do with it? Did I take it to the trash already? I don't think so. What the hell? Jesus. I took it out, right? I don't know. I'm sure I did. Oh god. What did I do with it? It's so weird. And I'm still sick. I have like some stomach flu and it's not pretty being me right now. Okay, where the heck? I picked them up. I guess I took them. I don't know. Oh, here they are. I guess did I put them with it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I do need to take the boy dog out, but he's way in the front. I guess I took them. I just don't remember it. I don't think I did, though. I don't think I did, but oh well. I'll find them eventually. This makes my life much easier. I can't tell if my trash is in there. It's too dark. I just don't know what I'm doing. That's the weird thing. Room is so flimsy. I have a lot of house room. all those bushes by the trees of the weeds, it could, like, bugs can be coming in too, because there's no rubber on the bottom of the door. Okay. Oh my goodness. I guess I don't have any flash. I got curious. Like, did I put them there? Okay, I guess I did. Okay, mystery solved. That's just weird because I don't remember it. My towels, I gotta get those. Hanging towels behind an office, kind of ghetto. Look at these. That's kind of a neat thing. I'm glad I didn't enter these. I don't know what kind. I don't know if I want vines, flowers, bushes. I don't know what they are. Well, they're vines. I'm so hot. Okay, I think I know I should take the big ones out. Oh, you need more water? Let me get. And food. Look at, they're already out. What? What babies they are. Let me get my water. Oh, see, I spilled, and that's what makes the mess. Shit. Oh, God. No, I'm going to take you later. I just need a break. I just honestly need a break. And just a good walk out by myself is sadly what I need. I've been cleaning floors and car. Oh my gosh, the cars was a mess. I laid out the whole back perfectly. It took me 4 hours. I detailed the car from the drive up here or whatever. I can't think anymore. And Arthur went to visit a friend, and the friend sat in the front seat, and he moved everything I had, and it took away everything I was using to keep the puppies in, and they ended up going in the front seat after the hotel. It was a disaster. There's poop everywhere. So, I don't know what hit me, what was worse. Everything, 4 hours of cleaning and basically having to do everything over again. Or just the disrespect of the fact that I put 4 hours into cleaning. And setting it up to where the front would be barricaded, like secure, and the puppies would be in the back. And I had everything lined with cardboards. And to have it taken out just because someone wants to sit down. Okay, I get that then, just to be polite. But they're both men. They could have at least, I don't know, just been considerate of my time and put it back how I had it. That kind of stuff just makes me so, it really hurts me because it feels like that standard, like a double standard with men and women. If a man does the work, yes, it's a man did it, and it's like, it's respected. Like, oh, so-and-so did this, and, they wanted this, or whatever. Men's work, in their opinion, it's more valued. Recognized, respected, followed, listened to. And a woman, at least, I'm just speaking for me. I don't know if this happens to all women, but it happens to me a lot, and that tells me that I'm the problem. That I send off these vibes or something, that it's okay to do that to me. And when I express what I feel about it, it goes on deaf ears. So I think, okay, I try different ways of approaching the way I say things, because no matter how I say it, people get offended. Now I'm thinking, am I the one that's offensive? Or they just don't want to hear what I'm saying? Because they don't really listen to what I'm saying, and they keep disrespecting me. So I don't know if my delivery is, I don't know if it's my delivery or if it's my truth calling them out. And not just right now, just anything in life. I'm a pushover, and I'm not liking it. It's not fun. Okay, I'm gonna take my walk. That's the water. It does that for some reason. I need to check the time. Oh, hey. I think I can check the time. Whatever time this is. What? I'm at 39 minutes? What the heck? Whatever the time is whenever I stop the video, then I can check the time and just minus these minutes. Because now I'm going to officially... Arthur had a good idea. He said keep him on a schedule. I don't know if it's not really necessarily what he meant, but I should write a schedule. Because I'm always saying that. Whatever they're doing, it's every 15 minutes. Like if they're up and causing a muck, like they're playing loud, whatever they're doing, I say it's 15 minutes. And it is true. I don't really know if it's a 15-minute part. Like right now, they weren't up 15 minutes, I don't think. But whatever they're doing, eating, playing, crying, pooping, it is only just a few minutes. And oh shit, okay. It's only really a few minutes. Oh my god. I'm gonna hopefully sleep good tonight. I get insomnia, so it's never a sure thing, but I want everything clean and in order. And then I can rest, take a shower, or at least wash my hair. Because, wow, I am a mess. Or should I just wash my hair and then go get the boxes? That kind of looks scary. I'm not gonna lie. I just have to brush my hair. My hair's probably a freaking mess. I've been just non-stop since I woke up. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do shampoo. I'm just gonna do conditioner. Am I washing my hair now? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. I do need to drink water though. I got like a bad stomach flu. Where it's not pretty. Not at all. Okay. So I'm gonna cut up the watermelon. Yummy. Not as sweet, but still good. I don't know. I keep wanting to go to the food banks. But, I don't know. It hasn't happened yet. Like homeless people walking this out. So it could be a scary place. Especially with my door open. But it is hot. So I don't know. Nothing bad's ever happened that I know of. At least not to me. I got my eye case all dirty. Okay, that's done. It sounds like the puppies are still asleep. That's so nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go look for my boxes. Oh, God. God, they're so quiet. How'd you get out of there, you bad girl? Did you go outside too? Well, she broke out, but hopefully she went potty. She's been pooping a lot, making big gnarly ass poops. So she broke out. Not a good thing, but no harm, no foul. It looks somewhat presentable. Wow. I'm homeless. Well, just because I'm homeless, I don't have to become. Wait, I am homeless. I'm homeless because of my father. It's really starting to register, sink in. And it's a hard one to, it's hard to process. It's hard to, the further, you know, the more the struggle, the harder it's getting. The more it's putting the puppies through, and the dogs, and it's just hard on everybody, including Arthur. You know how cruel and heartless this is. It's not only being losing my house to my dad, that kind of betrayal. It's everything I lost, physically and financially, my security, my home, my children's, my grandchildren's. My house was, I was never just going to sell my house, never. Houses are hard to get. my house is for my kids, but mainly for my grandkids, especially my two orphan little boys. My son's boys. And I keep getting hit with, just reminded every time there's something I need, and I lost everything. I lived in my house since 1977. I lost everything. Like right now I needed a shovel. My ex-husband was in construction, so we had like 10 shovels and rakes and everything. My 100, is it 100 foot? That sounds a lot, but it was a super long water hose that could go, my yard was very big, that could go really far. It covered the whole yard. At least 50 foot, but for some reason I'm thinking it's 100 foot. Just little things like that. My bed, all my blankets. Coming here, I only had 2 outfits. And I have a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes. Everything now is just what I had. What I was able to pack in a day, it's all at some stranger's backyard. I met the guy once, and he's a friend of a friend of a friend, and he seemed kind of odd. It's all put in my son's RV and stored in his backyard, and he has other RVs back there. But he's complaining about the people living at his house. They're not paying him anything. They're just freeloading off of him. Nobody works. It just sounds like a really bad situation the guy's in, and he needed the money. So all my stuff's at some guy that I don't know's house who needed the money. And it's just what was grabbed. It was just, Arthur did a lot. Arthur and Lorraine, it's mostly Arthur. Not any of my kids. No. But it's also unreal. And my dad is such a coward. He's hiding behind some LLC company. He did a lot of fraud. He played dual roles as the seller and buyer. He left my mom in 1982 for another woman. He took out a $20,000 mortgage against the home. The home was only under my mom's name. She got the house from a federal government for Indian people with Indian children to get a new house off the reservation. This was in 1977. My dad's not Indian, so his name was never on the title, and she never wanted his name to be on the title. Octavia! Oh my god, I think she took off. Oh my god, she doesn't even know this area. Oh my god, one thing after another. Hopefully I'm just imagining it. I don't know. No, there's Ragnarok over there. I should take him. But God, I don't need the extra work. He pulls and he gets so excited. It's different when I walk with him. It's weird, I'm more like the aggressive one. Arthur is more, I don't know, he's too nice. And Ragnarok takes advantage of him. And I don't think Arthur really realizes that. And it makes it harder for me because there's no consistency. Octavia doesn't take off like Octavia. Oh my god! I don't want to go where Norok's at because then oh my gosh, son. Girl, get inside. Oh god, I hope she went potty. Now I gotta close the door. Girl, we cannot lose you. You got babies and you're too precious. Oh god, okay. Now he's crying. Oh my god. This is so... You may be wondering why my dad would steal my house. In 2005, real quick, if I haven't told you yet, so it makes a little bit more sense. I'm sharing my life with you anyways. I took over my house. I became owner in 2005, and I paid all the mortgage payments, the property taxes, the maintenance of the house. I raised my 5 kids in my house, and my 7 grandchildren. They're all born in that house. We're not in the house, but while living there. My mom, the reservation built her a house in the reservation, so she moved back. Our reservation's in Arizona. So she left in 2005, and that happened to have been the same year my now ex-husband was sent to prison. His second prison term of his life, second felony charge. So he has 2 strikes against him. I was married 22 years. And it was very abusive, very abusive. I was so naive, so young, and so clueless and pathetic. You know, I only see the good in people. And I was neglected a lot being raised when I was a kid. I was sexually abused by my father for years. My mother was an alcoholic, and she had 5 kids. My dad left her in 82. I was 12. I was the youngest of 5. And I grew up kind of alone, like a loner. My dad, I had 3 older brothers. My sister, I didn't know of her till like 1980. When my mom had 3 children before she met my dad, and her husband, her first husband, was an alcoholic. He was Navajo, and he'd physically abuse her, and I guess he started abusing the boys. So she took her boys, and she had a little girl, the baby. He kept the girl, and she left. And the boys never saw their dad again. He ended up dying. I think when my sister would have been older. I always heard that it was when my sister was, when she was baby, like young. But I remember my sister's clothes. She had this outfit. It was like hand sewn. And there's tissues in it. I think I put it on. I was a kid. I put it on, and there's tissues in it, and I threw them away, not thinking anything of it. Then later on, she's like, "Where's my dress?" And then she pulled the dress out, and she goes, "Where's my tissues?" She got all worried. I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, this is the dress I wore at my dad's funeral, and those were the tissues that I cried on, and they're not there." And I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell her I threw it away or that I put it on. Well, my parents, my mom never told my dad that she had a daughter. When she did, he got a lawyer and went to the Navajo Nations and got custody of her. She was it was 19, well, I was 10, so she was probably like 13, never knowing my mom, because my mom left the dad when she was a baby. So not knowing my mom, she grew up in New Mexico on the reservation, and then bringing her to California, and she had 4 siblings. I was the baby, 3 older brothers. And my mom was never warm. She's not a very warm, affectionate mother. And I just remember every night my sister, sharing a room with my sister, and she'd cry every night for a year. And nobody comforted her. It's like nobody cared. Then later on I found out that I was not the only one that inappropriate things happened to by my father. So when she turned 18, she was out. And we never heard from her again. And oddly enough, my mom resented her. She resented her. That never made sense to me. And now it really does, in a sense, because my mom my mom wasn't raised by her parents. She was a product of the Indian boarding school, where the federal government, took all Indian children, every Indian children in the whole country, and placed them in these institutionalized boarding schools. They took children as young as 2 and 3 and kept them up until they're 18, and they stripped them of their culture. The whole thing was warfare. It was genocide. They wanted to kill the Indian, save the child. And I am an 8th generation of descendant of the boarding schools. So my mom wasn't raised with parents or community or family, and neither was her mom. And going back 8 generations. And that's why, every one of my my Indian relatives, they died of alcoholism. And after discovering and learning about the boarding schools, I could see why. Not only were the children taken, the community. Can you imagine living in a community with no children? No children. And nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. They put the fear in these children. To this day, my mom, nobody talks about it. There were cemeteries on these boarding schools. So my mom, I have a lot of sympathy for her, and I have a lot of understanding for her. But it still doesn't, but I still got damaged. And my dad, he's a white man. And my dad, to this day, he still has a control over her. Maybe of me too, I don't know. But I did fight back. Well, what happened with my house, make a long story short, well, my son died in 2021. He was only 23 years old. He was a father to 3 boys. His youngest was only 3 months old. He passed away. He was home alone with his boys in his room, which was the master room. I gave him my room for the 3rd baby. He was holding his 3-month-old in his arms, and his 2 boys, 4 and 2, were laying next to him. And that's how my daughter Isabella found them. I was at the beach, actually. I was with Arthur. I was like really in the process of, my son was really growing up and really doing really good for himself and his family. And I had 22 years of an abusive marriage. In 97, I married a man who just got out of prison for serving, I don't know the time. I think he made me think it was 15, but the math doesn't add up. But when he was a teenager, he killed somebody, he and his friends. He killed a man who was only 23 years old. He was a manager at like a Sam Goody record store. It was like a road rage incident, and a group of teenage boys, the guy pulled over on a dirt road, and they beat him up. One of the boys, somebody shot him. They left him in the middle of the desert for dead, stole his truck, and tried to sell it at a teenage party. And I'm barely finding this out, just recently. The details, at least. Because like I said, I just see the good in people, and I didn't think that, obviously I didn't think, who marries a murderer? That tells you how fucked up and naive and bad, where my mind was. That's all I can say. I just, I believed, I guess, his lies or his mask. Because he could probably see right through me that I was the perfect victim. And actually I was. My dad groomed me since I was just a little girl. He groomed me. I was raised from a very small child to accept the unacceptable, to keep the abuser's secrets, to live with the shame. And to be quiet. And that set me up. That set me up for a lot of abuse. Not only by my husband. I don't know, it's, I guess, like victims like me. Maybe the naive, the gullible, the trusting, the giving, the empathetics. It's like all good qualities too. The kind. It just reads, target a victim. I was a perfect victim. And I still have the same qualities, but every burn I get, every acts of injustice and wrong, just like my dad right now, my ex-husband, they not only have abused me, they're not happy with that. It's like both of them are purposely out to destroy me. And it's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy knowing that I'm hated that much. And it's like I'm the bad person, because they act all hurt, or I don't know. My dad came after me. He's been after my house because after my son passed away, all these repressed memories about my dad came flooding back to me the next night after my son passed away. And I call him, and he lives in Arizona, not with my mom. He lives in Coolidge, Arizona. It's like, I don't know how far, I don't know really where it's at, but it's not by my mom's reservation. But I called him and basically blamed him for my son's death. Because of the way he raised me, the abuse that he did to me, it led me to the life that I led, to marry a man out of prison, to accept the abuse, to stay in the abuse for so long, 22 years. I did try getting out. Many times I tried to escape. But he would always take my kids. He would always use my kids as his weapon against me. You know, my love for my kids, he used against me. And then he used it after I had him finally removed. I finally had him removed is when when my boys got older. I have 2 boys. And he was physically attacking me. And they stood up to him. And no one stands up to him. He's like a big bully. Or not even a bully. He's a monster. And when he turned on them, that was it. Because there was no love. Never did I have one decent day with that man. It was, I have empathy for him. And that's one thing that I can't, it doesn't stop. Actually, I always had empathy and always had like, a concern for my abusers. I wasn't that disgusting, where I wouldn't want to get them in trouble. Even when I went through divorcing my husband, I never spoke up. I never mentioned the abuse. I had an attorney though, and he had plans. Oh, he had big plans to expose my husband, which at the time I wasn't for it. I was so against it, at the fear of what it would do to him. He has 2 strikes. He'd go to prison for life. Then my kids growing up without a dad, but my attorney never, that never happened. Yeah. My dad, after my son died, my dad, actually he turned my mom against me back in 21. So at the time, my dad was my best friend. And after that phone call, I lost my son. So I told my dad, "You're dead to me. I don't ever want to speak to you again. You're dead to me." I hung up. Then I called my mom upset, telling her, what about my memories and what I told my dad. And she told me to get over it. Like, what's my problem? Like, that happened a long time ago. Just get over it. Just get over it. So I told her she's dead to me too. And that, my mom's always been a bitter person. And my dad got a hold of her, and that was, I no longer have parents. And this was like right after my son died. And I needed my parents so badly. Because at the time I was he died in 21, just got over, I had COVID in 2020, which regardless. But COVID, everything shut down in COVID. I kicked my ex-husband out. Police escorted him out in 2019. Oh my God, you know what, there's so much more to my story, it's insane. But August of 2019, I had him removed from the house. But that was after my sons protected me. My husband went crazy, and I was locked in a shed for 3 days with one of my sons. And we were locked in. He was taunting and ranting and raving. My son was scared to death. I was scared. He flipped it. He was crazy. We had to escape. And my older son ended up coming with us because my ex-husband, he turned on him too. With his boys. My son's trying to get it. Oh, Arthur's here. I'll continue later. I found his M&Ms. Let me see him. I may sneak him because he always has snacks. I never do. I just like gobble food down. Oh, my back's hurting. I don't remember tasting anything. I'm gonna go now. I know I should take my dogs, at least, especially Ragnarok, because he needs to go out for a walk. But I just need a break from all this for just a minute. Well, to end my little story, actually, I've barely even begun. There's so many layers. The whole lifetime, really, of a shitty life, which led me to where I'm at today. No one ever chooses to be homeless. It's still a trip to me. Oh my God, that's right, I don't have flash. Shit. Okay, I don't have no light. Well, I'm at a dumpster, and this looks more like, I don't know if it's doors or what. Oh. Well, they're like, what they are actually, it might be perfect for blocking the door. Shit, hold on. I think they're like closet doors. Well, I got, it's not what I originally came looking for. It's not a cardboard, it's like a long, I don't know, it's wood. It's heavy. But this I can use as, a divider at the end of the hall. Oh, this is heavy. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands. Oh my damn backpack fell. Oh, damn thing. I had to take a break. My backpack. It's one of those string backpacks. Because if you only do one side, it becomes worthless. Oh my god, like I really have time for this. There's always boxes here. This shit. I guess these should be enough. There's all these spiders. Ugh. I'm gonna need more. At least it's something. My door. Ugh. God. Okay, I just have to walk back over there. Okay, here goes. Okay, yeah, it's pretty. You can see us. I don't know if you can. There we go. I'm standing next to it. Okay, I'm just gonna go down to the end of the. I guess this is called a strip mall. I never knew that. I grew up in the desert, so there wasn't a mall built in the high desert, like where I lived in Apple Valley, until it's like 1987. The first movie ever showed, my senior year at high school. I was 88. Was Eddie Murphy's Delirious, and the very first showing was in the daytime. So, oh, there's a big cardboard, yes. So me and my friends, I had a Chevy Vega. Oh, there's a big long one. This is perfect. This is all I need. So my Chevy Vega. See these right here, perfect. Oh yes. These are excellent. Oh yes. There's that big one there too, but these are already brought down. Yeah, so my school, I was in a continuation school. I was even taking college courses for it was extra credit. I don't even know why I was doing it. I didn't know it was extra credit. Maybe I had a counselor looking out for me. But I put myself through, I took myself out of regular school and went into continuation school because my friend got pregnant. Well, start over. Beginning of my senior year, I didn't really think it out very much. That my junior year, my boyfriend was a senior, and all my friends were seniors, and they were in a DJ crew, and I created a girls' dance group because we would I'd go to all the DJ parties. Oh my god, with the, it's with the DJs. I'm gonna get a couple more because one pee or one mostly pee. Poo-poo. It doesn't get that dirty. Their poo's dry, but one pee, throw it out. Time for a new one. So I'll cut these, in half. So when it's peed and pull it, and always have like a clean one underneath. That's how I was doing in the car. The cardboards were unlayered. And with 10 puppies, that's a lot of poop. They seem to poop twice too. They double poops. It's a lot of poop. But you can never tell because I'm on it. I pick up the poop once it drops. Sometimes before that, because as it's drop, I have like toilet paper or something catching it as it falls. Okay. So I put myself in continuation school because my friend Kathy got pregnant, and she's been my friend since kindergarten, first grade. And at the time, She became my only friend because I went back to high school my senior year and not mentally prepared for it at all. Everyone was gone. It's like my world shut down. Yeah. I didn't take, I took abandonment really hard. Even if it's just a perceived abandonment. But to my boyfriend of many years, during a breakup, we had many breakups because, we were kids. But this time I broke up and he enlisted in the Marines. He couldn't, it was too hard for him to break up. And so, with him in the Marines, there's no talking to him. They go to the boot camp and then, there's no time for little high school girlfriends. And he and I, there's always been just like a strange, unbreakable connection. We got back together in my 20s. And in my 20s, he called me. I had already had my first child. It was in 1989. I was 19. I'm a collector. I want to make sure that I have enough. To me, I should go back and get all of them. Arthur, he's a get as you go. So, when things are empty, it's really empty. With me, when things are empty, it's not really quite empty. Oh my gosh. I still need him for the car because after this, we're only here for today's probably Saturday. Or today's Sunday. Oh my God, we're only here one night. We're gone tomorrow. Oh my God. Tomorrow, we've been in the hotel. My homelessness, I've been in the desert for a week. Probably like a hotel altogether for a week. I don't know when exactly. I don't even know my days. I don't know the time. I don't know nothing. I have so much to do to fight, to report my dad for fraud on so many levels. Harassment, stealing. They stole my property. There's just so much. And I'm not there to even to break into anything. It was so sad. I have nowhere to go. I find myself, oh my God, I still gotta turn off the gas. I couldn't, to get any of my property, all 10 puppies are in the back of my trunk. It's not like I have anywhere to put them, anywhere to take them, anywhere to go. When I say alone, I'm truly alone. Arthur's my only friend. He's my ex-boyfriend, and thank God we get along. I don't know, he has an out, like he has family and he has parents who love him and would take care of him. Not that, we're both 50. We're like total misfits. He was living with me in my house. When I met him, he was living at the beach. I met him through Facebook dating. Yeah, he had a place on the beach. This is like post-COVID. But it was with an ex-girlfriend. It was under her name. And she wanted him out. She cheated on him. So she's with the new guy. And Arthur was very calm and very kind of easygoing, but really opinionated and bossy and controlling and not affectionate. When we were like dating, it always made me feel I always felt worse about myself. Yeah, he has a way of talking more down at me. And just doesn't quite know how to compliment or to give any words of affection at all. Even just nice validating words. No. Not even like I miss you. And after 5 years, love wasn't there. I never felt that. I never felt loved or even truly liked by him. But I would get it from like strangers. And that the weird thing is that I've always been, oddly enough, I've always been secure with myself. I know I have low self-esteem because everything that I'm learning about myself and the brain and psychology and everything led to me having low self-esteem. I'm like, how can I have low self-esteem? I love me, I really do. My life is real shitty. It's been a living hell. I don't think I've ever had a day of happiness or peace. And now, having lost my son and my grandsons and my daughter-in-law and my daughter was taken when she was 10. So I don't know if it's even possible to have a happy day, a truly happy day, because my heart's shattered a little, and there's a lot kind of weighing me down, and then all these, it's like one problem after another, one crisis, really not, it's beyond a problem. I'm telling you, my dad and my ex-husband, they're relentless. They're both ex-cons. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. My dad did go to prison. I think he served a year, maybe 2, for child, abuse. I'm gonna report him. I wish I had a friend, like how friends, I don't even know if friends are like this, but I picture friends being like this. A lot of my thoughts of things are from, like, I could say movies, but I really don't watch movies, but like TV shows of like how families are supposed to be, like what normal is. It's, how families on TV shows were. That's my what do you call it? My source, my resource. And I never thought about it, but just saying it out loud, it feels kind of sad. It's like I don't know how to be human. Or just healthy, maybe. I grew up, I didn't have sheets on my bed. Remember we had bunk beds, and there wasn't enough wood. There's never enough wood, so the mattresses would all be hanging through. Remember not having any hangers. Like when I grew up and had my first house, or my apartment. I had an apartment first. Well, actually, when I first moved out, it was a studio. When I first moved out, I was 17. My mom kicked me out of the house because my best friend was black. And for some reason, my Indian mom did not like black people. And this was my friend. It was like the bestest friend. That guy got out of his car. I got scared. But he was like, the best friend I've ever had in my life. And she was saying such ugly things about him right in front of him. I hated her so much for that. She was drunk. And I was always a quiet, nice kid growing up. Just quiet. Well, I grew up, children should be seen and not heard. And my dad was very proud to tell us that every day. Children should be seen and not heard. And I grew up not being able to play with my brothers. My dad would say I was the ugliest baby he ever seen. He couldn't come near me with a 10-foot pole until I was 5 years old. That I was so ugly. My nickname was Bozo. Bozo the Clown. I was Bozo until I was like 40. When I finally had the nerve to just tell him, like every time you tell me that, it hurts my feelings. It makes me feel ugly. And he'd laugh, "Oh, you were so ugly. You're so." I'm like, yeah, that's not something you tell a little girl. And calling a girl Bozo the Clown, that was my whole life. I'm like, it's really not a nice thing to do to a girl. Well, actually, a boy. And my mom's so different. My mom always talked to me and treated me like I was fat. And I was never fat. At least I wasn't fat. Maybe after when I started having kids. Definitely after my son. I had my daughter in 89, and then my son, the one who passed away, I had him in 98. And I was like a good skinny. I was normal, like 120 when I got pregnant. And I got up to 180 pounds. And the funny thing is I didn't look it. I did not look it. I had the big belly. I had a really big belly, but it wasn't like a big belly. I mean, it was big. I think it measured, because in one of the games, they measure your stomach. And I was either 45 inches or 52 inches around. Whatever it was big. Because my brother-in-law, he was a big guy. And he's like, dang, he goes, that would fit me. And that's when I knew, like, ooh, I was big. But I still had a thin face. My limbs, my arms were thin. It was just all baby. And it looked healthy, even though that's a lot of weight to gain, right? But it was after I had him. Because before I was, God, how old was I? 97, no, 98. I got married in 97. And I had my son in 98. I got married in December, and I had him in February 26, 98. He is a boy, a very big boy. The incubator, my son was 6'4". He was a big boy. I have two sons. My son, it's a year younger than him. And, well, not a year, I guess. It'd be 2 years, or a year and a half. I had him in June 30th, 2000. And he's not as tall, he's 6'2". He's huge. The best feeling in the world would be sitting or standing in between my boys. So sad. So proud. Like my girls I have 3 girls, they're all beautiful. They're beautiful. Well, since I'm naming off ages, it wouldn't feel right not mentioning I'm missing 3. I had a little girl, beautiful curly hair. I had her in 2001. It was December 17th, 2021. My first one, I didn't say the month. It was December 28th, 1989. And then my son Christian, I had him February 26th, 1998. And then my son Adrian, I had him, oh my gosh, okay, June 30th, 2000. 2000's a neat year to be born, whatever year it is. Like we're 25, 2025, my son's 25. I thought, I'm born in 1970, and I thought that's pretty cool. So whatever year it is, it's 25, so I know I'll be turning, so 5 at the end. So I'm 50, so it'd be 55 this year. And my daughter, she's born in 89, but she's close to 90. So I think her birthday, she's gonna be that age. So she's 35. So she's probably gonna be 35 and 25. So when's her birthday? Because she's in December. So I just know she'll be turning 35. So 3, it's easy to tell ages. My other ones I gotta count. But I never thought about it with my Isabella. My son's 25, so she's just a year younger, right? She's born in 2001. Yeah, so she's gonna be 24. Wow. My son died at 23. Thank God when my other son hit 23, it fucking scared the fucking shit out of me. When she turned 23, I'm so distracted with days and times, and I lost a lot of time after my son died. The trauma with my parents, loss of my son, losing my grandsons. My grandsons, his 3 boys, who were born into my house, who I raised since they were born. They were my world. My grandkids were my world. My house was always filled with children and everything. But when I kicked my ex-husband out, everything changed. He turned my kids against me, or he'd keep them with him, and he wouldn't let them come home. When he was gone, like, nobody really cared. I had a restraining order against him. He lived within the allowed footage, feet from my house, and it was like wintertime too. And I'd be concerned when I'm like, Adrian, if you want, you can tell your dad he can come in and like sleep in your room for the night, because it was wintertime. It's your dad. I didn't want him in, but it's wintertime. And he said, no, Mom, I'm okay. And I thought, man, these kids are cruel. That's their dad. I'm glad they're not like me, though, because that means, well, no, I don't know. After like 6 months, my older son who passed away, I could always reach him. I was like his conscience. Like, if he's mean to a friend, I would tell him, I kind of like, not, I know his girlfriend, I was like his conscience. I would say I would manipulate for love. I would never, I'm not one to butt into their lives, especially their relationships. Hell no. But if they're a couple, and especially if they're babies, I would be on the outside, kind of, guiding them, because they're just kids. And my sons, oh my God, they are not ones to think of their girlfriends on their birthdays or Valentine's Day or Christmas. Well, their dad's, I don't know, he's very much a chauvinist. And he downgraded me and disrespected me to the kids all the time, more than I ever knew. He had everyone thinking that I'm crazy, that there's something wrong with me, that I can't be left alone. Even my mom hated him. I remember going to Arizona to visit my mom, and we were shopping at Walmart. And my mom was done shopping, and she said, I'm gonna go in the car and wait. I'm like, okay. So I'm shopping, and all of a sudden my name's being blasted all over the speakers. My name, Kimberly, and he told my mom, you left her alone? Oh my God. Like freaking out, like, I'd never leave her alone. You can't just leave her alone like that. Getting her all in a panic. And my brother. And he had everyone, including my kids, believing that I can't be left alone. That I'm crazy or something. I never knew that. But the way they reacted that day, you can't, it stays with you. And later on, after when shit hit the fan and I had him removed, and then I really realized that it was, I didn't even know it was abuse. I would think, like when I'd get beaten, like my face was rearranged. I mean, I've been, severely beaten. Not every day. No. Just when I had an opinion, basically, that was not his. That's when it'd be like, oh, you're gonna start it up again today. But he did drugs, and I don't know, I'm very slow delayed, and I disassociate, and I sugarcoat things. Like he was drug dealing. He was doing drugs and drug dealing. And I had nothing to do with it, or the people that were involved in it. I played dumb and naive and just looked the other way. I never wanted anything from it. It's nothing like the movies where he said that he made, like, he was pushing a lot of money. And we never saw it. Never. Like the movies where they have stacks of money. No, never. My kids were babies at the time, and that's why he went to prison in 2005. Oh, and that's when I got, I don't know if I said that, but that's when I took over the house. And it's been under my, 2 stories now, but the house has been under my mom's name, because if I put it under my name, my mom told me this, that he could take the house from me. In which she was so spot on, because even to this day, he was still trying to take the house. He had so much information on my house, it's ridiculous. Too bad though, I really could have used his help fighting my dad for my house. But that's like, inviting a demon to help you with the demon. I don't talk to my ex, I don't talk to my dad. Because I do still have like this, like, I don't know, like an empathy thing. It sounds so stupid. I could easily feel for somebody. So people like that, I don't fuck with. I don't want to hear their story. They're nothing to me. They're not even a thought. But I even heard my ex was homeless, living in a car. This was before I became homeless. And I'm like, what the hell? One thing about him, he always worked. He was a good provider. And he always worked, when he had his other thing. So he didn't even need the other thing. But I guess coming from prison, was the only life he knew. Like, he did that before he went into prison. His mom was a single mom, and she had 6 kids. She was on welfare, and he would say she's the one who taught him to sell that stuff. And then he started selling so much as a teenager that, according to him, he's a bullshitter a lot too, just like my dad. But like, he paid all the bills, so he called the shots. I guess up until he was arrested for murder and sentenced to he was sentenced as an adult. He was in maximum security prison as a teenager. At least he might have been 15. I don't really know. You think I should know, right? I don't know. I still don't. I don't know. Even my dad, he's in Megan's Law. And I happened to see it once. And I think there were more than just one charge. There were several. And I couldn't get myself to read it, and I still never read it. It's so fucked up, but the worst part, it's not even the abuse, if that makes any sense. The abuse, the coercive control, it was a nightmare. And to be married to someone with that, such a deep level of just hate, it's mostly as a mom, because he always tried to buy me off. And one thing about me, I'm not into in consumerism. Like, all of my clothes that I get, I get at the Goodwill, and I get it half off, the half off days. So, like, now they have, like, on Saturdays, or certain days over here, it's Saturdays. If it's like the color changes every week, like all the tags, they have color tags. And so whatever color tag it is, that's that sale. Everything's half off for a week. But now the Saturdays, which was yesterday, now they have it $1.99 for that, if it's that color on that Saturday. So every Saturday, whatever's that color, it's half off, and then Saturdays it's $1.99. So I don't know, I guess I've always liked, I've always been into my style, always. Well, since high school. 9th grade starting to, and then 10th grade really. And like I did the 80s right. like at the teased hair, and then the Frankie Goes to Hollywood, the bright neons. I think that's so good. And now, I love dresses. I'm very feminine. And I like the way I dress. And I'm not like saying it, I'm not fishing for compliments. But when I was married, I couldn't dress like me because my husband was very jealous, very controlling. Like, there are video cameras everywhere where my bed is. When I walk out the hallway, down the hallway, in the kitchen, so it's facing the like the sink. Actually, no, there's one too above the sink facing out that way. There's two in the kitchen. Why? Maybe everyone goes in the kitchen. That's how paranoid it was. And then one in the living room but facing the front door. And I just thought, well, if he needs all these cameras, if it'll help prove to him that I'm not doing anything with anybody. I was a mom with 5 kids. And I love my kids. Like, I was very hands-on with my kids. I went to school with them, every one of them, till they were in 1st grade. So 2 years of preschool plus kindergarten. I mean, I love my kids. I did love my kids. And I did not realize that they grew up in an abusive childhood. I thought that all the abuse was targeted to me, that spared them. Like all the like with my mom growing up with an alcoholic, and my brothers were alcoholics. So my household was very dysfunctional. My dad left when I was in 82. I was 12. And having an alcoholic mom and brothers, I was the only girl who I had to clean. We had horses. My dad raised horses. And for some reason, my mom, my sister, she rode horses. And I was just put in my sister's place after her, I guess. Since 12 years old, I was responsible for the horses. Feeding them, lunging them, cleaning their hooves, riding them, exercising them, giving them water. In the wintertime, it would be so cold our pipes would burst. So I'd have to carry buckets out to them every morning before school. I remember the cold. What I remember most is we didn't have a washer. We didn't have a dryer. So we had a clothesline. But the clothesline wasn't anywhere near. The washer was inside the garage. And the clothesline was on the other side of the yard. It was like so fucking far away. So fucking stupid. But having to carry all your clothes over there. And with underwear, my mom, I grew up, I couldn't even say panties. Up until like maybe 10 years ago. It's so weird. But I can say panties now. And I even can say bad words. Before, I grew up, I never said bad words. I was I wasn't a risky child. But what I remember most with my childhood is the winters were much colder. Like, it'd be Arctic wind blowing. It was so cold. Like, our jeans, my brother's jeans really, would be, I wore my brother's hand-me-downs. That's how fucked up my childhood was. I had 3 older brothers. But, the jeans would be frozen on the line. So when you get the jeans off, they'd be like wood. Why would hang it up out there in the cold? Who knows? But we would. And my mom never ran the heater. We had a wood burning stove. But I was never allowed to start the fire. So I never, even as an adult, I don't know, whatever rules that were set upon me when I was a kid, it kind of they stayed with me as an adult. Like my mom would tell me to never cut my hair. She goes, that's your dad's hair, you're not allowed to cut it. So I've always had long hair. Which is good because, I don't know, I think, my opinion only, but I think long hair is pretty on women. When I see like a pretty woman with short hair, I would think, oh, how much more prettier it'd be if it was long. I did have short hair once when I was 14, because I had long hair like past my butt. Like growing up, my hair was always like past my butt long. Right now it's not really long, and maybe I trim it a lot. I don't even know. Before I would, be more into it. Now I don't even know. That sounds sad though. Now I feel kind of sorry for my hair. like my hair must be sad. See, I'm empathetic in a weird way. Like I can't put down my body, like, because then I'd feel sad for it. Like, oh, I hate this about me, and then I'd be like, oh, that I'd feel sad for that body part. I feel sad for like a plant, like to hurt its feelings, or an animal. I can't even feel for like an object, like a non-living thing. I think that's why I hold on to things so long, because it never, if I had something that if it never had a chance to really show itself, especially my clothes. Oh my gosh, because I do get clothes, and then I feel bad for clothes that if they don't get worn. Like, it's so beautiful, and like right now when I don't have any clothes, I like have a weird guilty feeling. Like I'm wearing this every day, and I feel I mourn for the clothes that I don't have with me that aren't being worn. So it's not that I'm worried about, wearing the same thing every day. It's more that those other outfits, they didn't get their time to shine. It sounds childlike, right? And I do believe that, like, I really wasn't formally raised by parents who actually spoke to me or talked to me. My childhood was just very quiet, very alone, and very uncelebrated. I was in choir. No one went to my concerts. I was in drama and plays. No one ever went. The drill team. I was in parades. But you still look down at the audience, and you still look in the crowd for someone to smile and wave at you. I didn't even get presents growing up as a kid. Or like toy presents. And one year I got like a shirt maybe and a sweater. But they're put in the same box. And maybe I still am bitter. I don't know if I am, but for years and years and years I thought that could have been 2 presents. They could have wrapped it 2 presents. Like when they had the giveaways, like, because my mom made jewelry after my dad left her. That's how she paid the bills. The mortgage wasn't that high because of her, it was a government loan. I guess it was a government house, my house. But still, my mom was raising 5 kids alone. My dad didn't pay for child support. But you know what? When I went back to Arizona, where my dad, he went back. My grandpa was dying, so my dad went back. And just in time when my grandpa died. And he took over my grandpa's house. Funny, huh? Right after my son dies, my dad tries to take my house. That's where in Coolidge, there's some relatives I don't know of, but they were sick, and supposedly he's taking care of them. But when they did die, this is what I found out recently, that they had kids, and the kids kicked him out. But I never put that together. He was in Coolidge. He lived there for years, because he lived with me for the longest of time, until my husband started going really crazy. Like insane crazy. It scared the fuck out of my dad. My dad bailed out. He was like bloody murder crazy. The abuse I lived with that man, I'd be locked in the bathroom all day until 5 at night. But no, I guess not technically locked, like he didn't put a lock on the door. He would just sit outside of the door on the bed waiting for me to come out. Just waiting. I guess he was a patient man. This is before the internet that I think of. He wasn't scrolling on a phone, just waiting. And he would take down logs of what I would say, what I was doing, what I ate. He basically grew up in prison. Damn, and my mom was like raised, institutionalized. I wonder if that's maybe why, I had crazy psychos in my life, and my dad. It's a wonder why I'm not crazy like them. If anything, I'm like completely opposite. I am, because they go after everything, and I lose everything. When my son died, that's when I I guess you could say, called my dad out for the abuse, years of abuse. My dad was really my best friend. It was really sick, because he's a predator, and I don't think he ever really loved me, because you look back and I could see all these just ugliness, disgusting stuff that at the hands of my dad. But I realized too, it didn't hit me that hard, which I thought it, I would think it would. I don't know, but I just know that I loved him, and that actually means more to me than if he loved me. If he didn't love me, then that's a him problem, and that's a him loss, because I have all these crazy people after me and hating on me and making my life miserable. But deep down, I know without a doubt, and that's why I like myself so much. I'm my own best friend, actually. It's because deep down, I'm a good person, and my intentions are always honorable and for the good. And that just comes without even trying. I always, it's just, I guess it's just me. So that's why I'm proud to be me. And a lot of the stuff that don't come natural to me, that I'm learning, it's stuff I have to consciously think of. Like, I used to always, like if someone enters my room, I'd come out like kind of attacking or yelling, never inviting. Then I didn't really see it until Arthur. He's just all like, you could just, the expression on people's faces. And for years, my poor kids, I would just, I don't know, just not be as ugly. But for him to finally speak up and put it in words where I understood. And I'm like, I'm really not even mad. I'm like, you know, why? You know, it's like the interruptions, I don't do interruptions well just because I have ADHD. So if I get interrupted, it'll throw me off my task. And it's like rebooting an old computer. I have to reboot up again just to get the concentration of wherever I was at if I was doing something. Or one distraction leads to another, and everyone always needs me. I'm the mom. And being pulled away, I end up helping everybody, and my stuff doesn't happen. Or if it does, then everyone forgets that I was helping them with their thing, and everyone would be mad at me because I'm still not done yet, or I'm too slow, like always getting criticized. Until finally I just stopped catering to everybody, and then I became selfish. So I never had boundaries. And then when I was, you know, seeing things how like nobody helps me. Even now, like I'm not gonna say Arthur doesn't help me. He totally does. Like I have nobody, nothing. So I'd be in the desert with puppies. You know, but I'm resourceful. I'm sure I would have reached out, and hopefully, who knows, woulda, coulda, shoulda, I don't know. Can't say what would really have happened. So he does do stuff for me, but just not the stuff that, this may sound petty, but not the stuff that I need help with, or that I want help with, that I'm struggling with. It's always stuff that he chooses to do, and he pick and chooses, and a lot of it kind of caters to him. But I understand that, you know. So it is help, and that's what he'll say, and I understand it because it is. And a lot of it's stuff that is beneficial, like fixing the RV. He was totally fixing up my son's RV because he wanted to take it to the beach. He's a surfer. He grew up on the beach and living it on the beach. But then, so he did all this work fixing it, the inside up and everything for the appearance. Then he got someone who knew about how to work it and all. And that's when he found out that, I don't know if something's wrong with the engine. I know when my son had it, it ran. But it had been parked all those years. My son died in 2021. And so, like, no one ever went out to it and started the engine or did anything to it. Like everything kind of died when my son died. I no longer was a mom. Like, you know, like a mom. I was a mom, of course, but I was broken. My ex took my daughter, my youngest daughter. Oh, I didn't finish. Oh my God. I didn't finish my birthdays. My daughter, okay, my son, and I told you about my daughter, Isabella. I had her December 17th, 2021. And then my very last one, I found out I was pregnant, total surprise, when my oldest was graduating high school the same day. And that's actually when my ex-husband got out of prison. He was in prison from 2005 to 2000. No, I couldn't have been. Because, or maybe I just found out I was pregnant. He got out of prison and, I guess my daughter probably graduated high school in 2008 or something like that. I found out I was pregnant when she graduated, and I had my daughter, my youngest, my baby, January 21st, 2009. And in 2019, when I had my ex removed from my house, I was so dumb. I really thought it was like high school, like breaking up. Like, you know, you're broken up. I never once missed him, like going to bed alone in my bed. Like I thought, like, I guess watching a show, like I thought, oh my God, that'd be so sad. Like, you know, you were used to someone being there. I never was sad. I know when my dad left my mom, like she really broke down. She had a breakdown. Life was very impossible and sad. See, my house suffered a lot of sadness, a lot of neglect, a lot of abuse, a lot of it's a disaster. So many people have come and gone, and they leave a lot of their stuff behind. And me, I'm very sentimental. I don't just throw it away, which I should have. But I could never do that to someone's property. I would keep it clean and stored for them. Not ever, just not putting it together that they're not coming back. Like when I met Arthur, my, like I had to mention to you, like when my ex was on a restraining order after I had him kicked out, how the kids really had no concern for him. And then my son Christian, my oldest, I'd be like, that's your dad, son. Like, regardless of what he's done, you know, it's still your dad, and you should just go visit him. And he's like, all right, Mom, okay. Like, he didn't even care to. And he had 2 boys at the time. And his girlfriend of, like, they've been together forever, his baby mama. My God. Don't even get me starting about stories of her. She had a very, very tragic life. She died 2 months after my son died. And the baby was only 5 months old. Well, my son he took his kids and his girlfriend and his brother. My Isabella, she didn't live with us anymore because her dad tried to kill her. So she moved out like around she was 17 to live with her friend. It was, I just wish I knew what I knew then. And it's easy now to say, you know, I should have left him. It's not that easy. It's, I don't know, if you've never been in such a dangerous marriage, like, or around a dangerous person, there's a lot of manipulation, a lot of mind control. And that's why anything my kids do now, I just know that it's not them. My ex-husband has turned my kids against me. They were cruel at me after my son died. I was completely alone. It was just very cruel. I didn't have anybody. Like, I didn't have cast, like on TV. When people die, they bring casseroles and people complain like, oh, another lasagna? I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get a card. Not even my own parents. When my son, on the day of his funeral, my dad had this guy come over just to let me know that he bought my house and 30 days for escrow to close on the day my son was buried. On the day I didn't get to pick the casket, the clothing, the gravestone, nothing. I didn't even get to go to the recession afterwards. That was at my ex-brother-in-law's house. I wasn't even allowed to sit with the family. My own kids, no one wanted to talk to me. And at that time I was very emotional. You know, when you're emotional, you're hurt and you just want to I don't know, like tell everybody like everything my ex-husband was doing to me and calling him out and thinking like I was irrational, like thinking like he hurt me, so you know, you shouldn't like him. Like exposing him like that. Now I know that's ridiculous. You know, like two things can happen. Like whatever is happening between me and my ex, that's between us. And my kids, that's, you know, people can have a relationship outside of whatever I'm going through. As they should, it's, you know. But at that time I was, you know, I was in the middle of it. I was grieving, dealing with my parents. I could have really used parents then. I didn't have anybody. And Arthur and I, like I had mentioned earlier, how he's not like affectionate and not I guess not affectionate, that's a good word. Like, it just felt like he never liked me. And I was telling you how like strangers would notice me, but not him. I'm like, why is it, you know, like I can get attention from anybody, but not the man I'm with. Well, I had already broken up with him. It was like a couple of breakups. And the day my son died too, it was over, and I was like that was it. My son died in April 5th, 2021, day after Easter. And Arthur and I started seeing each other, 2021. We started talking December of 2020. Then I got COVID. I was really sick. So sick. Like, really sick. COVID was torture. I wasn't hospitalized though, but that was traumatizing. Because you know how the news, everything was so, people were dying. And everything was on lockdown. And I was living alone with my kids, who, my son was still working, my kids were still going out, they weren't taking it serious. But the worst one that really put fear in me was my daughter, my Isabella. Since she was 3, she's like 2, she had surgery at 2. She's had chronic kidney failure. And now she's on stage 3 kidney failure. And she lived with me, and we were still evicted. I'm not even finishing a lot of what I'm saying. I'm realizing that. Because I keep getting distracted with something else. And it's my stupid fault. I don't take it, like I'm not blaming myself. Because I'm going against my abuser, for one, and speaking out so publicly when I really haven't even processed everything. Yeah, I had memories come back to me when my son died in 21, and this is 25. But I have a way of disassociating and not dealing with shit. Like grieving, I haven't grieved shit. I can't listen to my son's songs. I have not ever seen his gravestone. Not even when he died. And not my grandsons, not my daughter-in-laws. I can't even. My grandsons, they were made wards of the state. My daughter-in-law was killed in a car accident, and that's what took the lives of her and my baby grandson. He was only 5 months old. This is 2 months after my son died. She didn't buckle the boys in, and they were with their daddy when he died, and then they were with their mom when she died, and their baby brother. They were orphaned. And I was spent every day with them in the hospital. They were both in ICU, different units at La Monda. So different floors. And in severe pain. They had broken bones, their organ damaged. My 4-year-old grandson, he wasn't talking, he had like a lisp. He sounded weird when he talked. And I kept saying it to the doctor, and nobody. I have a problem with that when people don't take me seriously. Now I do. Then I was oblivious, but finally I kept saying it, and it was a young girl, because it's like a learning hospital, and she looked, and she saw in his tongue, something in his tongue, and she's trying to pick it, and it wouldn't come out. It was embedded in his tongue. It was my grandson's tooth. During an accident, it came out, and he had to have it surgically removed from his tongue. The 2-year-old, he had broken ribs, a big black eye, broken arm. I mean, my 4-year-old, he came out in a wheelchair. But having them to hear them cry for their mommy,
after losing their daddy, it's and then the pain, oh my god, that pain. And they were separated, they were on different floors, and it was just me. No one else was there with them. Not my daughter-in-law, not her mother, not my ex-husband, because they don't have parents. And it was the hardest thing. The hardest thing, because I was constantly there, just like with the puppies. It's just really hard. And I'm homeless now. I don't have the money for these puppies. But it's that same feeling. And these puppies, their mom, their mom dog, that was my son's dog. And he always wanted to breed her. And it's like, God, I lose everything. Everything. I lost sight of everything in the house. Everything that was my son. It's all gone. It's all gone. I have nothing. And these puppies, I can't keep them. Not that I would want to keep 10 puppies. But I can't even keep one. And how I would want so much, just to have something of him, because my grandsons, right after the hospital, they were taken into wards of the state. And later on, you know what I find out was after my divorce, which I don't even know what year it finally ended, which was a disaster. My ex-husband, the day after my baby grandson and daughter-in-law were killed in a car accident, and with two grandsons, they were in like the pediatric PICU, the pediatric ICU. I don't know what they call it, but they weren't just in the regular hospital. He called an ex parte hearing, and I saw this in the divorce papers or some papers. And he got full temporary custody. I don't know how they call it, but he got full custody of my daughter that he took from me in 2019. Well, and I was supposed to be notified. I wasn't notified. And I didn't know I was supposed to be notified until the eviction after my dad stole my house, because I did an ex parte. I did one of those hearings. Well, actually, I did one too when I had a restraining order against my husband. But my ex-husband got custody of my daughter the day after our grandson was killed in a car accident. He had already had temporary custody of her, because after I had a restraining order against him because he was a very violent man, and he broke a restraining order. This was 2019. She was 10. He broke the restraining order, and because he wouldn't give my daughter back to me. And he threatened to tell me, he told me he's going to take her to Texas or Mexico, and I'll never see her again. And a lot of ugly words. And my kids, they grew up with yelling all the time, so Like, no one ever batted an eye, not even their friends. And I called the police. I really wish the police had access to 911. Most is after the fact, because at the time I wasn't thinking anything. The first call I made, I was telling the 911 operator that I don't want anything to happen to him. I was so concerned. I'm like, he has 2 strikes. You know, he probably doesn't mean what he's saying about threatening to take her, because he's a very violent man, very ugly. But I told her I don't want him to go to prison for life. I was more worried about him. And she was very, very nice. And she's telling me, just kind of giving me the strength that I needed. Her words were so genuine and so pure, and so, maybe she was a victim before too, because she said the words I needed to hear where I wouldn't have that guilt. And the police came, and he had already taken my daughter, and so he wasn't there. And the police were very nice, and they said, well, just call us back if he returns, or when he returns. And he returned, and he still wasn't giving me my daughter back. And so I called the police. I don't know if the nice lady was the first call or second call. I don't remember, not that it matters. The police came. The first time they came, they were so like how you would expect them to be. The second time they came, they talked to me. They told me to stay here. We're going to talk to him and come back. And when he went and talked to him, he came back. Shit changed. The police turned on me and made me be out to be the I guess the abuser. Even though I had a restraining order, a judge-ordered restraining order. What I know now, I wish I knew back then. I didn't know shit. The police, I was arrested that night. And I was booked on child cruelty, a felony offense. My bond was $100,000. And custody flipped that night. I had CPS, a case put on me. They gave my ex-husband custody. They gave him my daughter. So he instantly got my daughter. I'm in jail. He's homeless because I had the restraining order against him. So the CPS showed up when I'm in jail and told me that that they're going to give my daughter to him. And I was so worried about my daughter. I'm like, yes, that's her dad, you know. I didn't want her to go, well, it's CPS. You know, I didn't want to go to CPS. I didn't know anything about ICWA, like the Indian Child Welfare Act. Then she said, well, he's homeless. And I'm like, well, no, of course, I want my daughter to have stayed in a home. I'm like, no, yes. So I pretty much gave up my house, my car, to the man that just had me arrested for his crime. But before I talked to that CPS officer, the arresting officer, that man hated me. He probably had just been dumped by his own wife, I bet, or something like that. Because he came at me the whole night berating me, telling me, you're an ugly mom, you're worthless. You know, because I would give a murderer a kid versus you. Because he's trying to take her to Texas. If you were anything other than a piece of shit that you are, the best thing for your daughter is for him to take her to Texas and never see you again for the rest of her life. And I was being told this all night. He helped me in the police car where I was, oh my God. Him and the other officer, there was no good cop, bad cop. It was bad cop, bad cop. And at that time, oh my God, it's water. At that time, my husband just was recently, when I had him removed, that was after, he took over my house. This was back way before the restraining order. So I wasn't even in my house. Me and my son, when we escaped, because we were locked in the shed, me and my boys escaped. I had no shoes on. We had to run like to a getaway car to get away. It was really a horrible situation. Where I told you, if you were in here at the beginning of this, I'm like all over the place. But it was me and my son, my younger son. We were locked in the shed for like 3 days. And he kept telling my son, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. Every like hour. It was like psychological warfare. And he kept telling me, where's the check? Because I had a check. And he wanted my check. It was an Indian check for like $500. I belong to a tribe, but we don't get money like that. I was maybe getting like $500 like every year for maybe about 3 years. And that was the last time I got any money like that, 2019. And it's so disgusting now because back then I didn't put everything together. And I don't know. I wouldn't add a lot to our fights because he'd blow up so big. If you called him out on anything he did, oh my Lord, that's why my 17-year-old had to leave my daughter, because she could never lie, and she always spoke her mind, even as a little girl. And to her, he would get violent with her, and she'd be just a little girl. And here I'm so dumb. I would get in between them. I wouldn't let him touch or hurt her. But I never saved her. I let her go to her friends to protect her from him. But it's not like I can just... I tried to leave him many of times. Especially when we were first together, when my kids were just babies. But I'd be pregnant, and he'd keep a baby and lock me out. And I'd be nursing and being locked out all night, sleeping like in the rain, keeping me from my baby. And I can hear my baby crying inside. And when you're nursing, like, the milk builds up and it like hurts. It's like gets real full and it's heavy. And the baby's right there crying. And not being able to get to your baby. These are memories that I don't ever talk about. Like, I don't ever go that deep. And like right now I'm like talking about it, and it's like, I don't know, whatever blocks I have I guess I have good blocks, but my blocks are down, or my guard's down, and it's like it opened doors that I'm not I'm not ready to. I'm already overwhelmed now. It's like that's how it always is. I never can deal with any old shit because can't even deal with the shit I'm in. I'm fucking homeless. I lost everything I have. I have 10 puppies now. I don't have no money to take care of them. I have nowhere. I'm homeless. And nobody wants 10 puppies. I had to sneak them into the hotel. Like, they're gonna let 12 dogs. Everything is. This car doesn't fit 12 puppies or 12 dogs. I just work all day keeping it clean. I'm not even in there right now. What am I doing out here? I don't know why I'm doing it. Like, is it... It just feels like my daughter couldn't keep them where she's at. She's living in someone's backyard. She lived with me. We were in a house. She had her baby. My daughter has stage 3 kidney failure, and my dad knows this. I have agoraphobia. He knows everything that's wrong with us. And he knows I don't fight back. He knows my ex-husband got it. He won everything. It's like 3 generations of my dad's blood. Because he tried to come out to stay with us, and he tried to go bypass me and talk to my daughter Isabella, and she's like, "Grandpa, I love you, but you can't stay here," because she had her husband. She's married. She just got married, and he adopted his little brother after they're orphaned. Their mother died at 19. Her husband, then when he was 19, he adopted his baby brother. So, he's very young. And my daughter knows that my dad's a pedophile because I told them. And so she's like, "No, Grandpa, you can't, because, you're registered sex offender. So there's a kids here. It's, to protect the kids. We can't, jeopardize you coming." My dad's the reason why my grandsons, my grandsons were taken from us. And last day I saw my grandsons, my son's boys, was December 17th, 2021. After losing their parents, they were removed from me, their grandma. I've been in their lives every day of their lives. And so it's like another death, and that seems okay with the courts, with everybody. Life is just so cruel. The things that you love the most are like used as weapons to like hurt you. Oh my God, I didn't realize I can. My God, this is like 3 hours long. I was like, oh my God, my battery's gonna be dying. And I don't know, I've managed to talk about things that that I can't say I haven't talked about, because I don't really talk to anyone but you. But like, I haven't just different parts of my life that I keep like behind a closed door. Maybe, I guess, for someday. Yeah, someday when I'm strong enough. When I'm able to face and deal with. But when does that someday ever come? I keep getting more. I can't even deal with today. And I know if I didn't have the puppies and the mama dog, even my Ragnarok, he's a lot. Or homeless would be a breeze. I just make it so impossible. Most people would have just. When my daughter said she couldn't keep the puppies, Arthur's never been for it. He's been totally against it. But he's not my boyfriend, and it's like he thought it's gonna make my life hard. I was always left alone, even when we were together. Only right now we're together all the time because I'm homeless. He always chose his parents over me. Even now, even as friends, we're everybody, even especially strangers. They get the nice guy. And I get the guy who's not so nice. At least, yeah. He's nice though. But he just doesn't. I really wish that he would treat me like how he treats strangers. Or feel for me the way he feels for strangers. Because he can feel all kinds of compassion for other people and be such a mean jerk to me on anniversaries of death or after something horrible like me being homeless, like losing everything and have no understanding. He's not one I can talk to. If I even talk about my son, I don't even try anymore. He loves to talk. It's just not about what I'm talking about. And my kids, they don't want to talk about their brother. So even when I try to talk, there's no one to talk to. And that's why I talk to YouTube to you. Because it does feel like a load off. That's why I think with grieving, they say you can't grieve alone. Because when you're alone, you think, but you don't really talk. And so thinking and talking, it's so different. Because I've been alone for a very long time. even in a relationship, even living with my daughter. I'm isolated, I'm alone. With my kids, it's it's a different kind of relationship. It's you talk about their problems in their life. You don't talk about your own problems. And anybody who was a friend, divorce, and then divorcing someone like I was married to. Yeah, he made sure that he soiled me as much as he could. And his stories were so outrageous and crazy, where it's just like comical, ridiculous to even say anything about them. Like it just sounded pathetic and stupid for him to even say the things he was saying. And I always thought, I am who I am, and people know me. I've never changed. And I'll always be the same person I am. And I chose to take the high road, mostly for my kids, because when my parents divorced, my mom always spoke bad about my dad, always. What she's saying was actually true. But like me, she wanted he did her wrong, so it's like to turn everyone against him. I did the same thing too, where I tried, but no one would even hear me. They literally would not hear me. I guess they heard so much of his bullshit and his lies. And that was one thing I hated too. Where no matter what, I didn't even get a chance to talk. I would be labeled the problem with him, like we were the problem people, like in court. We were the difficult, people for trial or whatever. But I was always reasonable, understanding, workable, fair. No one at court, no one ever saw it. My kids never saw it. Even after everything, where he would, even to this day, he makes such a big deal. Like, he can't be in the same room with me, so he makes it difficult for when my daughter got married at not Christmas, but at parties or anything. Like, he would make it such a big deal where the kids can't even have a birthday party, like a normal party, with their parents, with their divorced parents there. To me, it doesn't faze me at all. I seriously I don't hate the man. I don't feel nothing for him. So if he's in the same room, whatever. But he throws a big old shit fest. And it's weird because whenever he throws his big old shit fest, that's when my kids forget about me, and I'm like enemy number one. For what offense? I don't know. I know with my youngest daughter, he's had her since she was 10. And that's when I was put in jail. One night, I was released the next day on my own recognizance. The DA never picked up the charges, and the CPS case was dropped within a month. So, but the arresting police officer hated me so much. I'm telling you, he had it in for me to where I started believing him. And it's really hard for anyone to understand that. But I was already an abused person. I had been beaten down for years for my husband, and the way I was raised. I can understand it now. And it's someone in authority, even though he was a younger police officer. And he even told my kids didn't even defend me. Oh my God. Like, they were drinking, they were, doing whatever. Like, whenever anything happens to me, it's it's my own fault. Like, it's not a big deal, but it's my own fault. Because I don't make it a big deal. Like, right now I'm homeless. I don't tell my kids. I don't stress my kids out. My mom was always like that. And my ex is a big crybaby. He wants everyone to suffer. If he's inconvenienced, everyone suffers. And I don't do that. I just suffer. And then I feel lonely and sad. But I'm not reaching out to them either. So, and I have to keep reminding myself that, because I feel so, just so unloved and so alone, lonely and forgotten. Like, injustice. It's not fair. But like, now I should be. I lost my house because I didn't file paperwork. I didn't respond to the eviction. And just like my marriage, my divorce, I had all this proof. With the eviction, I'm getting evicted. I'm not even a tenant. I paid off my house. I wasn't on title, but my mom held title and trust all the years, because if it was ever put in my name, my ex-husband, who's very dangerous, he has ties with the Mexican mafia. His dad was a lifetime prisoner. He died in prison. His brother's the same thing. But his brother was out for several years, but now he's back in prison again. He's always been in prison. They have all the tattoos on them and everything. I never met the dad. A lifetime prisoner, and I never met him. But I always felt like so sad that he died in prison, that he never got to meet his grandchildren, and my children never got to meet their grandfather. But now I'm like, it's probably a good thing that they didn't meet, because he was a very dangerous man. And thank God I didn't fuck my kids up even more by opening doors there, for his, I don't know, anything, the criminal people, the relatives, whatever. Now I'm really seeing things for what they are. And it's fucked up for me to say it, but people with bad childhoods, and I can say it because I am one, that we're not the most healthiest people to be in a relationship with, like, long term, unless because I'm not a lost cause. I've not that I've had therapy, but I'm not consistent at it. But I am like I talk like this in my video, talking to almost like therapy too, because I feel better. It's like I almost like I unload a load. That sounds gross, but like I'm digging into, like today I'm digging into places. I'm actually getting a headache right now. It's like psychosomatic illnesses, maybe, I don't know. But I really just from what my own experience, it's like you hold so much in, so much, and it's heavy shit. So much. I have a lifetime of heavy shit that happened, and it's locked in a box somewhere. Like I don't revisit it. You know, as a kid, all that shit happened. I didn't even know how to revisit it. I was a kid. Like when sexual acts happen to a little kid, I was too young to even know what the fuck shit was. And I couldn't even understand that the things that were happening, and then it's, you know, by my own dad. That fucked me up in so many ways. And for and then the society, as shit got worse, like life-threatening worse, there's no sympathy, there's no understanding. Like judges, police officers, they should fucking have psychology. That should be mandatory. They should understand mental health, because that's, shoot, criminals, acts, people who use drugs, addicts, all of that. It's all from trauma. It's all from shit that happened in our life that, like, I really think that we are born, most of us, because I don't, this is just my own, from my own life experiences, my conclusions or whatever. But, you know, we're born perfect. There's exceptions, so I'm not saying everybody. But things happen to us or don't happen for us that, you know, there's, to be a healthy person, you know, we have these needs, you know, of course, eating and drinking and sleeping and all of that, drinking water, I mean, but, you know, love, and we need to be mirrored. Just so many stages for our developments, so we can grow up. Like with these puppies, with their mom, like ignoring them and abandoning them. Oh my God, I have so much empathy. But it's like, that's like a rejection at such a young, crucial age. They're puppies. So I give them so much love and so much affection, because I want them to know what love is and not have to grow up and not know. So if you're being treated badly, if you know what love is, then you'll know being treated badly, this isn't love. Because I've never been loved before. Well, by my dog Chloe. It's so fucked up. I learned love from a dog, and it was after she got hit, like, by a car or attacked by an animal. And I actually realized it was love, because she was so injured she couldn't walk, and I had to take care of her. And she was like a baby. And after losing my daughter and my son and my grandsons, first one by death and then the other two the state took, and my ties with my children, it's my grandchildren now, there's no, I was so attached and so close, and now I'm just like, just floating in outer space by myself. And I think I've had so much loss that it just fucking hurts like fucking hell. because no matter what, everything just feels so temporary. And I need more than temporary. So it's hard being around my kids because they're not kids anymore, you know. I only have one she's 16. But like the older kids, you know, everything. They're young adults. But they're not like successful. Well, my oldest daughter, they're struggling, but she's actually going to school. I think she might graduate in December is what she's saying, from to be a registered nurse, pediatrics. Is because after my grandsons were taken, from the hospital, she and her husband were the emergency foster care parents of my 2 grandsons. And it's, my ex-husband had me believing so little of myself, that I was a horrible mother and person. And my kids, the way they were treating me, and it was through him, because he can get in your head. He is such a good speaker. He's very good at convincing people, like judges and police officers, that he can convince them that I don't have a criminal record. I'm not a criminal. How he can turn people like who I even knew for years against me. I always came across as emotional and probably irrational, just like a hot mess. How can you not? Your abuser's stealing your kid. And he'd be calm, cool, and collected. And the kids were like his mini-me. And I just think, you know, like anyone who knows my situation, which isn't really very many people, but they, like Arthur and, I talked to one person who's kind of a friend, Lorraine. But they know how my kids have been to me, and just how cruel like they could treat me. And so like they have a distaste of my kids. But they were raised by this man since birth. So if me, a grown woman who for 22 years of being abused, that if I can be convinced that that is not abuse, and that, I don't know, he broke my mind. And I don't know, it's like, and that I don't know if it's power or what, but I don't know everything that I don't know. And I know I'm not free of him or my mom or my dad. That's why I wish I had like friends and just normal people, mostly healthy people. Because I'm very adaptable. I can adapt easily to my environment. So if around the wrong elements, I can end up homeless or something. Then realizing, oh shit. Well, I am homeless. What the fuck am I saying? I meant like one like a dirty homeless person. I could one day realize, go, oh shit, this is bad. I've just been helped with a lot of big, serious shit. And no one has. I've had to fight this by myself against people who are just evil. And so much horrible shit has happened to me. It's almost too much stuff to even talk about. It's excessive to where it just it almost lessens its worth. Like, it's easy to say my son died. Like, oh, it's a grieving mom. But mine is excessive. My son died. My grandson died. My daughter-in-law died. Well, actually, the only friend that I had, like a best friend, she died too of COVID. That broke my heart. I'd go over and she'd cook for me. It's like the most kindest, loving thing. I've always been around takers. And when my son died, my nephew, he has 2 boys. It's like maybe around in his 30s. 2 days after my son died, he was stationed in South Carolina. He was on his way back home to grieve with us. He was very close to us. He was my nephew, but definitely loved him like a son. He was the only child. He was killed in a car accident on his way back from, I think, South Carolina to California. He died 2 days after my son. I found out about his death. I was on a 5150 hold. And the day I got out of the 5150 hold, I found out that Andrew died. And later on that year, my cousin Joey died. Little Joey. Just one of their deaths would have been devastating. But one after another, after another, after another. Oh, and then losing my Chloe, my dog. Fuck. A week after finally realizing what love was, the love I got from a dog, the unconditional love, she died in my arms. And I seriously thought, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. After finally feeling what true love is, have it so fucking tragically taken. But I'm glad I was wrong. Because it felt more like a gift. But too, I was telling that to myself because I didn't want to get lost in the sorrow. But it was fucked up because Arthur came out to bury her, but it was too cold for him. So I had to do it myself. It's like at midnight, burying her out in the cold, digging the hole and digging the grave and putting the rocks on it by myself. I did it with my son's funeral by myself. I had to go to view his body by myself. Arthur would not go with me. They even gave me the wrong mortuary. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? And my kids don't. It's like they... I don't know. Everyone seems to rewrite history. And I don't. I guess I don't harp on history. Yeah, I guess history has been rewritten and no one and how I've been written in everyone's story. I don't even know how my ex-husband could convince... I'm still shocked to this day to convince people that I knew that I'm something horrible. But my kids, my God, how can they forget the love of a mom? I have no idea. My dad, yeah, I can totally get how he could turn my mom against me. She's a bitter person anyways. And so just for me saying that to her, that's enough to lose her forever. Oh my God, I'm so tensed. Oh my God. I'm always tensed. I always have if you ever see me stretching or on swing sets or parks, it's because it's like something in me. It's like it feels like a living thing. It goes in from my back and it's grabs a hold and just squeezes tight, and I'm always so fucking tensed. I remember after I got really fucked up when I was in jail. Just after that ordeal, I don't even know but when I first met Arthur, I always had to carry a heavy backpack because I needed that weight to help hold my back, or I would crunch in like my body was forming that way. And I always had to carry 2 bags around. A backpack full of pens and papers and just everything I could use. Wherever I went, I had to carry 2 big bags around. Now I have to carry a purse around. It's a lot lighter of a load. Oh my God. I'm so tense. what I could use, oh my god, is to be held in someone's arms. But not just anyone. It doesn't work like that. Because I think to be held in someone's arms, it would be because I'm able to let my guard down and just, or it's because it's someone who cares about me. Like, and I care about them. Arthur and I, it's not like that. That's fucked up to say. Mm. I'm not like a total asshole. I'm grateful to him, even though I'm sure we argue like couples. Today it was really bad. Like, I always make things. I don't know. I saw Tinkerbell once, and she's always tinkering things, and that's why they call her Tinkerbell, like fixing things, making things. I've always been like that since I was a kid. Like, I never had anything bought like for me, so I always had to fix things, on my own. So that's why my house is probably so jacked up, because after my husband left, nothing ever got fixed or repaired. The house was old. And he destroyed, he ripped out all my carpet. I still had kids and babies living in there. He tore all my carpet out. The front bathroom, he tore out the shower, the shower, where it's a cement hole, like the cement. He ripped the shower out and ripped out all the carpet. So, in my bedroom only had, did I have no, I had a bathtub. Okay. I used to only have a shower, so he did put a bathtub in it. So, I'm trying to think. Yeah, mine was the only shower that the kids can use. Like, they couldn't use the front one because he ripped it out. But no one ever thought, Dad's an asshole. Now we can't take a shower. You ripped the carpet out. But before I was saying how I told my son Christian, he should go back and, see his dad. It's been all these months. I didn't get to finish that part. He went with his son, with his boys, and Jasmine. And she was actually pregnant too. And his brother. And it was a whole year. It might have been 2. My kids never came home. My ex had a 2-bedroom apartment. They didn't even come home to visit. And my house was empty. He would do that to me too. The only way I could see my daughter after he got custody after that arrest, that false arrest. Anytime I'd see my daughter, he would I'd be trapped at the apartment like a prisoner. I couldn't leave. My daughter would even hide me in her closet just so he won't attack me. Or worse, at 10 years old. And did I mention any of this in divorce court? No. So in eviction court, I was so prepared. And I had proof too. Well, I had proof on both of them. I had evidence on both of them. I had recordings of my ex. I have videos of what he did to my face. I had everything but the courage, the wisdom, the knowledge to speak up. I never call people out on their shit. And I was finally ready to, but a little too late. I got so tied up with how to file the paperwork that my case got defaulted. I think that's what it's called. A default judgment, and that's just for not answering. Then when I did finally answer with the emergency hearing, it was the hearing was about to discuss the default. And my unskilled self went in ready to tell the judge all about the fraud, the elder abuse, the theft. My dad played dual agent. I had everything that my dad did wrong. And there was so much, oh my God. It's just fucked up. There was so much wrong with the way the eviction, the papers, everything was wrong. He fucked up so many ways, and I had all the proof, everything on my side. And that's what I wanted to make clear to the judge. And I was not prepared to talk about what it was for a default. The hearing was for the default judgment, and I spoke about everything but that. And I even had the DA's letter writing that this case, that the cell was suspicious, and they wanted to make sure it wasn't a fraud case. Like there was, like, I don't know if it was an open investigation, but it was enough to write saying that the sale was my house was sold for $150,000 when other houses on my same road sold for like $333,000 to $440,000. And then my dad got out a loan for $200,000. And after he got that loan from Capital One, he negotiated the price down to $150,000. And he played dual agency. He was helping my mom sell the house, and he was the one who bought the house. But he bought it not under his name. It was under a facetious LLC. And I still planned. I wish I had some. I really wish, like, you know, like a husband, like someone who where it's our problem, not like your problem. Because Arthur's been with me around this whole time, but going to court with me and all of that, and knowing that I'm having a problem delaying or I'm procrastinating all this stuff. I'm dealing with major psychological fucking baggage. And, you know, I needed someone just to hold me up. I know we're not supposed to rely on anybody and all that bullshit, but you kind of need it when you're fucking fucked up and weak. And now with the puppies, I haven't done shit. My property was taken right after the sheriff's lockout. They were stealing my stuff already. Arthur was there. He witnessed it. Did he stop it? No. Did he take pictures? No. I tell him I'm you know, gonna sue and all this shit. Evidence would be nice. No. No, he just let them take it. Did he get evidence? No. Did I make a police report? Not yet. That report to the DAs? No. Right now I'm at the office. Oh my god. I still gotta take care of the puppies. We gotta be out of here by 9 in the morning. What the fuck am I doing? See, shit like this. But I know I needed to probably vent and let it out. I mean, I was stressed out when I started talking to you. And now I'm gonna go live in a campground. We don't even have a tent. There's literally nowhere to go. I have 10 puppies, and they're big. And I'm homeless. And I don't have money. My food, I had food stamps, but that expired last month and I haven't reapplied. My every minute of the day is consumed with some bullshit or another. And it hasn't really sunken in all the way what homeless means. I have no money. I have nothing. Nothing. And this economy is getting worse. What is home? Am I going to live on the streets? I would say no. I don't picture that. But fuck. Last year, I would have never pictured losing my house. You know, no one ever pictures losing their kid or their grandkids. So what the fuck do I know? I better go, and it's probably, oh, I can tell the time now. It's 11:43 and I'm tired. I should go to sleep. Wake up early because I got to clean up all the shit so it doesn't smell. Because I have puppies in there and people show up in the morning to work in this office and no one can know I'm even here. What the fuck, and I'm out here. I haven't even took... Well, Arthur's in deep with me too. A lot of times I'd say I'd rather be alone because I hate putting up with all the bullshit, like the crap that I have to deal with. But how the fuck can I do it without any help? Arthur's would know that you think, oh, it can't get any worse. And oh, yes, it can. Oh my god, I feel vomity, I feel sick. That's why I don't deal with any shit. Because it fucks me up. I didn't even take my dog out for a walk. I'm fucked. The puppies, there's probably shit everywhere. I never leave them this long by themselves. God, there's gotta be like some kind of rainbow, peace, happiness or something. I'm gonna have love one day. I know it. I just know it. I've always felt that and I've always known it. It's not gonna always be like this. I'm not gonna keep making the same dumb mistakes. I just don't know. I better go in. And I know I'm probably just talking to myself. And hopefully next year I can watch this video and just, have a living journal of my life. And I could just remember of like, oh my God, it was that bad once. Because my life would be so much different. And I don't have to be rich or anything like that. It would be nice though. But just loved, oh my God, to be a part of something and not be so isolated or alone, cast out and abandoned and forgotten and just used and abused. Oh my God. I gotta stop talking because I'm making myself sick. I feel like throwing up. I would love to find out about like tension. Because it's so debilitating. And I never hear anything about it. I can just feel it taking over my body. Oh God. And I just look like a freak. Look at me, I'm a mess. It's so scary. Well, let's go in. I'll talk for a little bit longer. You can make sure, you can see that the puppies, they're okay. They better be. I know they're okay. Arthur didn't sleep last night. He went to the casino all night. And if he went to the casino or if he met somebody, it is what it is. We're not a couple. But just the betrayal. I would hate to find out that like everyone in my life has, I've had major betrayals. Even him. Damn, but to be so alone. I'm scared. Get with your babies. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, babies, let me